Daddy, watch out! Zoriana cried to me. Too late, crunch. My bicycle ran over a snail. She cried, oh, the poor snail. I reflected, what a human thing to do, and how unlike any other species. We care for each other, we care for other living things. Robert Trivers broke new ground 50 years ago with a book entitled Reciprocal Altruism, about how we take care of one another. It's one of our better traits. How does this go evolutionarily? Well, most species of animals simply lay eggs, walk away, and whatever hatches takes care of itself, learns to feed itself and defend itself without any help from the parents. More advanced creatures like birds and mammals do have some parental help. The mommy will feed them, and mommy and daddy, sometimes in birds, will teach them lessons of life, like how to fly, how to catch mice, and other stuff they need to know. So that's where altruism starts, is at the family. And we have models in the animal kingdom for that. Among the apes, our ancestors, it's expanded. It's expanded beyond the immediate mom and dad to the community of uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters. Everybody gets involved. An ape, baby chimpanzee, baby gorilla takes 8 years to grow up, and they grow up in the comfortable, reciprocal altruism environment of a troop of maybe 5 to 20 gorillas or chimpanzees. But that's where the altruism stops. Males from another troop may come in, kill the males in this troop, take the females and kill their infants so they can come into estrus again and bear the new male's children. There are profound limits to altruism in the animal kingdom. And this was also true among primitive humans. But it grew. We recognized kin, uncles, cousins, so on, and second cousins and third cousins, because it's advantageous that we have a larger in-group, because we're fighting large out-groups, and the more we have, the better it is. So our realm of reciprocal altruism expanded to the extended family. And in this extended family, it was mostly the men, because the men are the ones who do the fighting, who dealt with this. There was competition between groups, our in-group and their in-group. So we always want our team to win, and there's competition within the group, competition for the leadership within the group. Who's on top? What's the pecking order? So we learn to moderate our altruism to outside groups and leaders here. So we have to be cohesive enough to hold things together as we compete for leadership and still maintain an animosity to the outside group. This didn't happen so much with women. Women are generally quite altruistic toward their children. They treat all children as valued human beings, and they don't differentiate much among them because they're dealing with just the people in their own circle. Now, as we humans invented agriculture, we developed bigger and bigger settlements, larger and larger communities of related people. And those larger communities went to war with one another. So we needed all of this mutual altruism among the warriors and among the people among the traders, among the people who did business abroad. This was mostly men. We in Europe developed a special kind of reciprocal altruism, whereas most other societies in the world are family-based and have a hard time extending trust beyond their kinfolks. We had our own institutions, the church, universities, trade guilds, our militaries, in which we didn't choose leaders as kind of the son of the top guy. We didn't do much nepotism. We allowed the most talented people to rise to leadership positions in our organizations. This had a great benefit. It gave us good leaders. It gave us good thought. And as a result, 150 years or so ago, we Europeans, although we're not the smartest group of people in the world, because we were able to extend our altruism to a very broad community, we did become the richest and the most dominant group of people on earth. But then two things happened. In our altruism, we, white men, if I can say that, extended the rights of voting, the rights of political leadership, the rights of business leadership to women. Women look at the world differently. They come from a world of taking care of babies, taking care of children, and they don't discriminate. They don't demand reciprocal altruism. It's kind of more one-way altruism. And that worked more or less, except that as women took over, we found that the women, soft-hearted women, could not stand the fact that bums were living on the street without a roof over their head. So they allow the bums to live on streets. They give them food. They give them a house. And they notice that some people are addicted to drugs, and they say, these poor people are addicted to drugs, and they either tolerate the drug use or they give them drugs. And they notice that some people can't hold a job, and they give them money as welfare. And they notice that not all children do equally well in school, and it hurts the feelings of some, so they dumb down the schooling so that no child feels bad. That's one thing that has happened in our society. Another thing that goes along with this is that these tender-hearted people, and I say more women than men, although there's certainly a lot of soft-headed men out there, in our altruism, project our altruism on everybody else. We say, if we be nice to them, they'll be nice to us. And without ever having proven this proposition, we invite people who are not like us into our society. People from Africa, people from the South Asia, people from South America. Come, join us, be like us. Well, the fact is that they're not like us. They will come and they will take our welfare. They will take advantage of our laws, but they will not be like us. They don't respect us. They look at us as kind of soft-headed for extending altruism, expecting nothing in return. You may notice that you can't walk on the sidewalks in San Francisco these days. You'll either step in human poop or get mugged, and you can't buy things at a store in downtown San Francisco. The stores have all closed because of shoplifters, and it's dangerous for a woman to walk on the streets in Stockholm or other European cities because there are people who might rape her, and they're just about all foreigners. I don't think Ukraine wants to be like that. So let me make this proposal. Reciprocal altruism works as long as it's reciprocal. So you keep your eyes open and be nice to people if there's a good expectation that they'll be nice to you. In other words, be kind be smart.